Good morning, beloveds. January 1, Happy New Year. I am resolved to see the good in everyone and in every event. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion hath light with darkness? 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14. And from the Raja Yoga philosophy, it begins with a question. Is ignorance produced by anything? Answer, no, by nothing. Ignorance is without beginning. The origin of pain can be traced to ignorance, and it will not cease until ignorance is entirely dispelled, which will be only when the identity of the self with Brahma, the universal spirit, is fully realized. Rabbi Ishmael answers, no, not God, but ye yourselves are the creators and supporters of moral evils. And that's from the Talmud. And the reading continues. Light can have no union with darkness. Evil has no affinity with good. If good is the great reality, while evil is the great negation or denial of reality, then it follows that we should see the good in everything and recognize the apparent evil merely as a theoretical opposition of good. This is not God and something else. The divine spirit inhabits eternity, overshadows everything, including human events, indwells our own soul, and is released through our own act. To see good as evil is to becloud our vision, to obstruct the pathway of our progress, and to cast a shadow across the sun of righteousness, which, Swedenborg tells us, is forever at an angle of 45 degrees in the heavens. This spiritual sun was the guiding star which led the Magi of old to the place where the little child lay. That is, to the place of good in our soul, to the presence of God at the center of every person's being. The humility of the manger is the commonplace in every person's life. It is here in the commonplace that we must find the good, and finding it here, we shall also discover that the larger issues of our experience are overshadowed by this same good which we have discovered in the commonplace. I am resolved today to see the good in everyone and in every event. I shall call upon the good and refuse to accept that anything other than good can come into my experience. In this way, I will be praying to the good through meditating upon it. And so I invite you to just go within. So with this breath, I recognize, I know again the one, the infinite, the ever-present allness, the love, the power, the peace, the presence, the awe and wonder, by whatever name I call it. I know this one to be the singular source, the singular substance of all creation. In this moment, I choose to call it life. And so I know that life is unfolding life, exquisitely individualized as its creation, fully infusing its creation with all that it is. And so, being in physical form, I know that I am life individualized, yet never separate, fully empowered to create, fully empowered to know, to access the infinite intelligence that is the birthright of creation. And what I know of life, of God, of love, I know of myself. And what I know of this thing I call myself, I know of all selves. Each of us, that divine self rising to be seen. This, I speak my word, claiming and affirming, this is my commitment this day to see that, to see life, to see love, to see God, to see good everywhere I look, and to intentionally look everywhere, to refuse to shy away from what my brain tells me is uncomfortable to look upon. I intentionally look, choosing to see life, the divine, love present in every situation, in every moment, in every breath, in every situation. Knowing that as life is seen, as love is seen and lifted up, that every situation changes to match that. I speak my word, claiming and affirming that my life is a life of raising everything unlike the divine, unlike perfection to the surface, to be neutralized, to be moved away, revealing the amazing truth that has always been present. In this day, January 1, 2024, I speak a word of gratitude. A word of gratitude for this activity of newness in the human realm, for this marker of time in the human realm. Rather than a reference point to come back to, it is a launching to move forward into a new experience of the goodness of life, the goodness of creation, the shifting, the surfacing, the revealing of good that is everywhere present, simply waiting in repose to be known. Grateful to know that the activity of law must, and so it always does, respond with an affirmative yes. that it makes it so before the words even fall from our lips. As soon as they are formed in consciousness, they are acted upon. It is done. And so I refuse to be fooled by this thing called time and space. And I stand firm in my faith. I stand firm in the knowing that life has already said yes to life. And I release my word and be about the business of living this yes. I invite you, whenever you're joining me, to know these words as your own, to know that there is no separation, that the divine speaks as each of us, through each of us, to each of us. And I invite you to claim the words of the infinite spoken this morning as your own, as we say together, Ashe, Amen, Aho, and so it is.